I think you can actually hear the music today.
And
look at that. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Z&B Live. Unfiltered. Mr. Bricks O'Brien, it's good to see you back, baby. Welcome back. I hope you brought some spicy content for us today.
Always,
but it's
man. I get to be in my chair for longer than 2 weeks at a time before I disappear into the ether again, which is always helpful. So I'm glad, man.
Wait, so you are disappearing again?
There's a thing I'm doing on a Wednesday coming up that I won't be available for, but I'm not disappearing. But I'm disappearing for like 4 hours.
He just keeps leaving me. Jakey Studs.
Yeah, November, the first week of November, Jake. Mark it off. November 6th.
Jakey Studs.
Yeah, I won't be available. I'll tell you why afterward. It's not public yet, but I'll tell you why. It's really cool.
Are you allowed? I meant to ask you this in our little pre-production meeting. Are you allowed to talk about where you were the last?
I can, but it's not really super interesting.
It's not?
Not really.
Oh,
not to.
Well, what a letdown.
Well,
fine.
Yeah.
Hey, listen.
The people don't care. The people will care about the ultimate results of what that could be the product of, but that won't happen for a while. So,
gotcha. Well, while you
were... hold on. Jake cannot do the first week of November. You need somebody else.
You're not allowed to go then.
I listen. This is no. Once you hear, you'll be like, no, you have to go. Actually, all right.
Fine. I'll just do it myself. I'll just talk to myself. You know what I'll do is I will delay. I don't know how I'll do it. I'll pre-record answers to questions, and I'll put myself in the other screen, and I'll have to time it.
No, you just have AI, Rutledge. You have somebody. You do that.
That would be nightmare fuel. Eventually, like my eyeball will just start escaping my face. I'll start looking like ET or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
It'd be bad.
Yep.
While you were gone, the new Lego and brick building category has continued to grow and thrive. And we were talking about in our little pre-show about some of the Nintendo properties and stuff like that Lego has been putting out, or video game properties that Nintendo has been Lego has been putting out. I mean, obviously this is just completely coincidence, but I feel like the fact that we had some of these video game sets ready to go for some of these video game people, let them find their way into this new category. And there were a couple different things. Like, I saw a lot of people that were in this new category that were still fulfilling September goals, like doing 24-hour streams and stuff like that, and like needing longer content. And so like that was something that they kind of dove into Lego because of that. I saw people in the category building a ton of the Fortnite sets. Like, Fortnite was one of those properties that, split that, crossed that threshold that we talked about with things like Rivendell and whatever, the Dungeons and Dragons set that kind of crossed beyond people that just go for Lego. They go for the property. And so I saw a lot of people building the Fortnite sets and stuff like that. So we've seen a lot of new folks, populating. And I keep calling them, I've been talking to our good friend Amor about it. I keep calling them tourists. Like they're just kind of, they're taking a path down Route 66 through the Lego and brick building community and, checking it out for a little bit. And I mean, they seem to love it, and hopefully they continue to come back, and hopefully their audiences continue to come back. Early response for you, even though you've kind of been away and having to do some things. What have you seen so far with the category?
I see a lot of tourists, but I haven't, I'm a very bad content creator in that I don't usually go into other people's chats and like randomly start talking. I'm very much a homebody where I'm like, I know I have my people and I'm like, all right, hi, and I like to, I'm also a professional lurker. Like I don't want to, I don't know, cause any noise if I don't have to, or I don't know.
Yeah,
So
because when Bricks O'Brien steps into a stream, he starts talking. It's such a big. Everything shuts down. Like people are like, "Oh my god, it's Bricks
literally
O'Brien."
People will be like, "Oh, shout out to Brian. He's such a big positive influence in the community." And I'm like, "Just let me watch." So I don't really say anything. So I just leave it. And I'll see the tourist, and it's good. I like it. I want to see more people hanging out and getting like I'm surprised that there's enough people who are new that are like, oh, Lego is now a category. They're not just going into just chatting. Like you can find people more frequently. Although, the category is still pretty small. So as more people see it, I'm curious in a year from now where it'll be at. But
yeah, right. Yeah. Just see it. And then I've talked about it before on my live stream. I've been going in there. I've been we're not gatekeeping or anything, but I have been thanking the people that are in the category and saying, "Hey, thanks for using the new category." And and a lot of them are like, "Yeah, I didn't know that they had a category here," blah blah blah, whatever. So it's a way to kind of start that conversation. But I'm kind of like you a lot, where I like to lurk, not because I'm a big deal and anybody cares that I start chatting, but it's I get caught up in the conversation, and I'm trying to do other things.
Yeah,
and if I start talking, I won't stop. Just like I am in real life. So I need to not say anything. So there's a lot of times where I am kind of lurking on, watching from the shadows, but I need to not say anything, or else I'll never get the stuff done that I need to get done. But
yeah.
We've got we're still kind of in full blown Halloween mode, and we've had some fun Halloween gift with purchases and things like that already hitting the Lego website that we've dealt with in October, but we've got new stuff hitting the Lego website, and officially we've got 2 times insider points available, as well as some other deals and whatnot that you guys should be taking advantage of. It's going to go from the 15th all the way through the 20th. And I know, Brian was complaining about his backlog dwindling down. Maybe there's something in the, he can take advantage of in the double insider points thing. Yeah, no, I didn't think so. This guy. I got to have this much. Like, how do you have this much willpower? How is that? How has that happened?
I've been in this game for a long time, Zach. You started with Lego when, really? 2020?
Oh, no. I mean, I grew up with it, but I mean, I stopped buying Lego in 1999. Right when the Star Wars stuff came out, because I probably stopped buying or getting Lego as like gifts and things like that probably in 93, 94, right? And then in 99 the Star Wars Lego came out, and I was like, "Oh, I'm going to go." And then I went and spent my own money on it for like the first time, and I went, "Holy like this is expensive." So, little poor freshman in college Zachary was like, "I can't afford this. There ain't no way, dog. Like, no." So I kind of I hit my dark age then. But then in 2012 I started buying Lego again, just little bits here and there for my son, who was a newborn, because he needed to have Lego when he was finally old enough to, but I was the one building it on. Like, so he would open it on Christmas, I would build it on Christmas. Yeah, it was that kind of thing. But it was just scattered around. I didn't really start investing in lots of Lego again until probably 2019. So it was kind of like this.
I would say you're 5 years into the hardcore accumulating, building on camera or otherwise.
Oh yeah.
I have 6 years on you in terms of that. So I've learned. I've learned. I've seen this cycle before. You can ask Kevin Hinkle. He's of a similar cloth where we're like, yeah, because Lego will always come out with even cooler and cooler stuff. You got to prioritize what you want. And now more than ever with the big stuff, like it just, whatever. And I also got like, I got Pro Gamer's Guide, which is obviously the children's book and all of that stuff. And I'm like, well, I could drop $500 on this Java sail barge, or that's $500 to help develop new stuff for it, or advertising, or blah 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 blah. So, just I don't know, different priority, I guess.
Yeah. Well, they do, for those of us that haven't been completely ruined by Lego yet. They are offering up a $200 gift with purchase. They got a couple of other smaller poly bags. I think they're connected to specific properties, specific themes. But the big one is a $200 threshold, where you get the bakery. Is it the bakery?
No,
Flower store. Flower store. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, it's the fourth and probably final out of that whole micro build series that they've been kind of doing, the world of stores or whatever they're calling it. And of course I see it, and my micro build self is like, oh my God, yes, like give it to me, worth all the $200 I have to spend to get it. It's just I'm a mess. I'm a freaking mess. But they do have other stuff going on, and I've actually seen. I don't have it, but I've seen some reviews on it, and it looks really good. Like they really kind of they're these micro builds, man. I don't know what it is exactly about them that just tickles me, but man, I absolutely love it. But you can also be looking for a lot of other, like they've got some deals going on, discounts and otherwise, and we'll get into more of that later. But they're also offering, you've seen these magnets, right? So like they had these the different classic theme magnets, knights or castle and space and whatever. And then they did one with the clock, with the Harry Potter the Burrow set. It's like a little magnet on a little stand, but you can put it on a wall if you wanted to. So they had that little gift with purchase thing. Well, now they got one for Star Wars. So I know all you Star Wars nuts are going crazy for it. It's 2,250 insider points that they've rolled out while supplies last. I haven't checked today. I'm assuming it's still available, but my guess is it will go quick if people realize that it's there. They kind of quietly released it. Like they didn't really. I've seen a couple of the land members push out the information and say, hey, this is available. But as far as it being on their homepage on the website and stuff like that, I haven't really seen anything like that. So if you are deciding you want to collect a lot of those new metal, those magnet things that they have coming out, which I think are really cool. I really like them. I really like the one that came with the burrow. Like really, really like it. It's just different. It's a different display thing other than your typical Lego built whatever. It's not a poster. I'm not big on the posters because I feel like every time I get one of those, they come bent or ripped or whatever. This is a nice, it comes in a box and it's, it's not gonna, you're not gonna break this thing kind of deal. I like those style of collectible things that you can get with your insider points as opposed to just turning them in for, a voucher, a money voucher for more Lego. Anyway, I like taking advantage of those. Is there a specific gift with purchase, or not gift with purchase, insider gift that you tend to gravitate towards, or do you just kind of save up your points for a Lego set purchase?
Give me the cash, baby. I ain't deal with none of this other stuff because I find that stuff to me either gets given out on my live streams or ends up in like a draw. I recall back to they came out with a license plate thing that was a tin thing.
Yeah,
a couple years ago.
Yeah, they've done that a couple times.
Yeah, and that's just kind of.
I got one, and then I regretted every minute of it. Like as soon as I got it, I was like,
I remember everyone was freaking out about it and wanted it, and then now I'm like going through my stuff. I'm like, oh, what's this worth on eBay? 90 cents. All right. Cool. Thanks, y'all. And then
Cool.
you redeem it for, $20 worth of VIP points. And if you're about it, you're about it, but I'm not.
Okay. So insider point wise, first of all, insider, sign up for it. If you have any inkling of buying Lego at all, sign up for the insider program. Don't hesitate. Like, you get early access to sets that we saw with the sail barge. If you were even remotely in the market for that sail barge and wanted the gift with purchase with it, you had to be in the insiders program to get that set on day one, which was 3 days early than general release, to get the gift with purchase. And I personally think that's wrong. I think Lego should be holding back some inventory on those GWPs for general release. They did not do that. They chose not to do that. Here, they chose not to do it with the Dungeons and Dragons set. I think that's wrong. I don't think Lego should do that.
It's because they want your email for marketing.
They want your email for marketing, right? But that's the thing. It's so. But give them whatever. Give them a fake email. Who cares? Like, whatever. Like, just sign up for it so you have the access. That's the main thing. Just sign up for it so you have the access. It's ridiculous. But I mean, I don't know. What do you think is better? To bank the points and get the cash, or are some of these collectibles really, really worth it?
Nothing will describe in words the feeling I had walking into the Lego store on Black Friday at 5 o'clock in the morning and paying, I think it was, I think I got it for technically half off or something like that. Maybe it was the full amount. I think it might have been the full amount off. Nothing compares to that. You can keep your tin license plate. Yeah.
Yeah.
You can keep your tin license plates, your magnets, and your coins. I don't want none of that. I want the satisfaction of walking in, popping down my points, and walking out a champion or a sucker, technically.
I did that with the UCS AT-AT. I didn't walk into the store.
How powerful is that? How powerful
I mean,
is
I
that?
got it online, but I still felt pretty good about, like, hey, I didn't have to spend a dime for the, like, that felt really nice.
Long game, man. You gotta have that self-control. Hey, here's a coin with a crown on it.
Yeah. Oh, speaking of, sorry, this is completely off topic, but you talked about on your live stream this week that you turned in you did the buyback program. Have you gotten any more information about that, or no?
I don't think I have. I could check my email. So for those that don't know, Lego, I don't think we even talked about it as a topic, but Lego is doing a buyback program. So you can turn in your bulk and get a store credit at a rate of $6 per pound of Lego. So I sent in, I think it was 18 pounds. So it's about $108 if everything goes all well and good. You have to take apart all the sets so they're not in like big chunks of sets. You can include minifigures if you want to, but I took all mine out because those are cool and why would I? And I broke down a bunch of sets that otherwise would not have sold for a super high amount on their own. So like, here's Doctor Strange's Sanctum from Spider-Man No Way Home, where you're buying it mostly for the minifigs and it's just kind of around it. And you're like, all right, well, whatever. So I broke all that kind of stuff down and sent it in. And I should be getting around $100, if not a little more. I don't know if that'll be the case, but I figured I'd do it for science and to get rid of some stuff.
So explain the process to me. So you have to pay for the shipping yourself, or how does that all?
No. So they give you a packing slip, and you just put it right on the box, like when you print something out for like an Amazon return, and they will prepare your Lego bricks. They'll evaluate what you gave them, and if they deem that it is up to the standard, then they'll issue you a credit within 10 business days or however long it takes to get there.
And you're talking about like you literally have to pry apart every piece from every piece, or?
So that's the idea. I don't have an example really on hand, but what I did, they do that, I believe, because they don't want people tossing in chunks of giant sets and calling it a day, right? So if I had a plate, right, a 4x8 plate, and there were some tiles in the middle, I didn't break those apart. But if you looked at the box of the bricks, it looked like everything was taken apart. Maybe besides little clusters of Technic that would take too long to like whatever. I think they really, this is my guess, I think they want just everything broken up into as small a chunks as possible, ergo individual pieces, right? So I just broke stuff apart as I was watching stuff on Disney Plus, and that was it. So
we'll see. And you don't have to specify what sets you're putting in. It's just bulk Lego.
Bulk. Yeah, it just has to be Lego. So if it came out of a Lego set, you're good. I believe it can have stickers on it, prints, but they're not taking like Duplo and stuff like that. So
nice. And that's just all done from the website. You just go, there's just a section in the website where you go to do that.
So it's a Lego buyback or something like that. If you look up Lego buyback on Google, it'll pop up. And yeah, they'll give you the label. I dropped it off at Staples and we'll see what happens. So if I get $100 out of it, it's pretty great.
Well, there you go. Well, there you go, folks. You can visit the Lego website and possibly, return or send in some of your Lego for some cash. You can also apparently go to the Lego website and buy some crypto.
Hey, look at that.
Back on October 4th, 5th, people visiting the Lego website were welcome to a very strange banner on the homepage that illustrated golden coins bearing the company's logo, claiming that the new Lego coin is officially out. And you had a little click through or whatever, and your boy, being the gift with purchase and insider, traded in whatever stuff, was like, ooh, a new Lego coin? What? Click. And immediately realized that I was in not the right place and I needed an adult quickly. So I backed way out of that. It didn't take him apparently very long to get the whole thing rectified, but I don't know if anybody else had that walked into that trap or not. But man, oh man, how the heck was Lego, a major company, a major website, hacked like that?
It can happen to anybody, and all it takes is one little exploit into some embed they have on that page right there, because I mean, they probably designed that banner to be easily replaceable. So you find the right code to probably execute and just swap it out. And obviously it's an AI image, so that could have been hint number one. But yeah. And also from that, you're like, oh, it's Lego Fortnite Lego coin AI. What?
Right. It was it's a very odd image. And that it caught me off guard first, but then I was like, I don't know. I've seen weird Lego strange, stuff. Sometimes their thumbnails are worse than mine. Let me just put it that way, Brian. So I kind of looked at it and I went, well, maybe. And I don't know what to what end though. Like why? Like there's no way people click through that and go any further than seeing.
It doesn't matter, because there's always, unfortunately, this has happened actually to people that I know, that a Somali prince calls up and says, "Hey, I need your bank account to blah 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 blah," and it doesn't matter if they have 99.9% of people that don't bother with it, the 1% or 0.1% that do. That's why they do it. And you never ever know. There's gonna be that parent that is like, what is this for my kid? And then down that rabbit hole they go, and that's what they're preying on. So I don't put it past any of these people at all. Like there's always, unfortunately, somebody who's gonna fall for something like this.
Now, Lego has said in a statement that no user accounts were compromised, and it has identified the cause of the issue, and they're implementing measures to prevent anything further. I mean, we do believe this, right? That we're not. You don't think we're going to in 6 months we're not going to get a. Yeah, remember that thing that happened in October of 2024? Yeah, actually, there were accounts compromised.
You could, dude. I've gotten that in the mail. It's like, hey, there was a data breach.
Target's been the worst at that. Like, and they don't tell you for months that something happened.
Yeah. So I think this was just an issue on some sort of thing involving the banner here. And I'm not a web I'm not one of those guys at all, but I believe the data is in a separate system from like how the website operates. So they would have to they wouldn't have done that because that is your tell that something happened. They would just do all the back end stuff and take it and then, run out basically. It's like, robbing a bank. They're not going to graffiti on the front. We're robbing the bank and then proceed to rob the bank. They just rob the bank and leave. So, yeah.
You've never robbed a bank with me. But maybe
in GTA, but
but now apparently you can't trust everything you see on the Lego website. Apparently, and one of the things coming up that you definitely need to be aware of and checking out is Lego has announced a big event, big showcase live event on October 22nd. We'll be starting at 12 p.m. Eastern. And they haven't confirmed anything of what they're going to do with this. Other than some details say that they are going to be announcing a major set being revealed. There it is. And it does state that there will be a $100 e-gift card giveaway, as well as a chance to redeem 50 Lego Insider points for a customized minifigure while supplies last.
Do yourself a favor and go to any non-LAN affiliated Lego website and take a look at what this will absolutely be. And if this does not happen to fall within your time zone, rest easy knowing that you don't need to watch this, because if it's anything, and it will, like every other Lego live event that has happened, you can sleep easy. Very easily. You don't even need to like flinch. You don't need to have your Nintendo alarmo wake you up at any given time of the night. Just snooze away with your Snorlax in tow in Pokemon's sleep and be fine.
See, knowing. I'm with Jake. I feel like this is the biggest, like, because Lego loves to troll, and I feel like it's gonna be this botanical.
You know how unbelievably lame that's gonna be. Here we go.
Hold on.
Introducing from the brand new line of Lego Botanical Selections here at the Lego Group. We are so unbelievably proud to announce and deliver to our engaged customers and AFOLs across the globe the Botanical Collection's pinnacle of sets and engagements for you to purchase on November 1st. I got it.
No. Listen, I'm going back. This is what Lego does. They have remember a couple years ago when they had their big live event and they had they spent the entire time talking about Lego Star Wars and showing off sets that were already on store shelves whilst wearing a t-shirt with a Razor Crest on it. And they didn't announce it. I'm with Jakey Studs here, and I say they're walking out there with a big old X with a circle around it on their chest, and they talk about the botanical garden set. And Brian's going to be sitting there watching this live.
I'm not watching this live. I have better things to do with my time. Like anything else. I'm going to go make a dish of pasta. I'm going to go sleep. I'm going to go cry about my life. What do you want me to do? Anything besides they're bribing people with a $100 gift card. One Declan in Arizona that's 16 years old that can't even claim it is going to win this in their live chat, and they're going to have to forfeit it. So they're not even going to give away a gift card, and we're going to have to watch an autographed botanical set be given away or it's showcased. Awesome, great. I'm going to go make a 3-day-old coffee. I'm gonna go refile my 2023 taxes. That's more interesting than whatever happens here on this live stream. I'm gonna go preemptively file my 2024. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna spit on my camera. That's what I'm gonna do. Besides watch this thing.
So Z&B Live is not going to be doing an early show on this. On the 22nd.
Absolutely not.
Watch and react.
When is this happening? October. I don't even care. I don't even care.
Next Tuesday.
Who cares? I don't. There is not a single thing in this world that could get me to care about whatever this is in any capacity whatsoever. I so don't care.
I mean, look.
I hope someone at Lego is watching this and is like, Mr. Saviano, you're so what? Am I wrong?
I just need. Yeah, I don't know. Listen.
What do you need?
I need.
You know what, Zach, you're gonna do? Look at me. You know what you're gonna do? You're gonna watch that presentation and see that botanical set and be like, I'm really seeing some extra pieces in there that are really enticing that could be added to my Lego collection. Then you're gonna buy it just like the rest of them. That's what's gonna happen. That's exactly what's gonna happen.
I can hear the announcement right now. Here's a fantastic modular set that we're so excited to bring you. I present to you the botanical gardens.
You can hear the chilly corporate lingo already. It's oozing out of that box right now. Like ectoplasm, dude. You can hear it.
Yeah. Here's what I don't get.
So bad.
Is that tower over your right shoulder, okay? We were waiting for that, right? Worst kept secret on the internet. Worst kept secret in Lego history, it felt like at the time. I mean, this is now that, like, because I mean, my God, the set's already on store shelves. Like, we already have images of the set on store shelves. Just announce it, right? They didn't do they didn't make a big whatever for the tower. It just, it's out. Here you go. You can pre-order it now, or you can wait till November 1st or whatever. Here's your set, and so, same thing with the Razor Crest, the UCS, whatever. This was just like, instead of announcing it at their live event, they just wore a t-shirt that just had a little silhouette, little outline of it. Like, I don't understand why they do these things to us. Why?
Are you going to be live streaming while this is happening?
I feel like I should.
Okay, what time on next Tuesday is it happening?
It's happening at 12 p.m. Eastern.
Do you want me to join you on I'll do a little knockies?
Please.
And join.
Please. I want that moment, that Mario moment, that Peach's Castle, the lack of Peach's Castle moment. So I want us all to like say we don't have any expectations or any hopes of this actually being announced, but then have them because we are who we are. And then when they announce the botanical garden set, we're all like, what the is happening here?
I'll do it. Done.
Done.
All right, it's done.
There we go. Good Lord. So anyway, October 22nd, apparently over on Twitch, get ready to knock on our door, because live event, 12 p.m. Eastern time on the 22nd and again, I see it live. I'm pretty sure it's pre-recorded. All these things are pre-recorded with these guys.
It's gonna be that QVC thing they did, I think earlier this year or last year, where they like tore all these sets and like there's all these kids watching and it's all these adults talking about the ergonomic play features and blah 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 blah. These Lego brand sets, and it's gonna be so bad. It's gonna be awful.
It's none of them.
They have a Q&A. Oh baby. They do? That's a mistake. For question number one,
how dare you? How dare you? Question.
That would be me at Lego HQ, dude.
Oh my God.
That's why I'm not in the LAN. I'd be the guy that's like, what are we doing? Like, why? Do you not understand? All right. Anyways,
this good Lord. Well, listen, we know it's coming. We know there are a lot of sets coming between now and the end of January. So just, all of these months where it's been, oh God, our pocketbooks and stuff. Just get ready, because it's not slowing down. The Lego machine is going to keep churning and moving ahead. So just start selling plasma today, kids, because you're gonna need it with some of the stuff that they apparently have coming out. But in with the new, out with the old. So we now have a list of around 300 sets retiring by the end of 2024, and it's 300, dude. It is a nasty list. Like, there are some beloved sets on this list, and it really got me thinking. Okay, so obviously you're going to have a big influx of new sets coming in between now and, we've already had it, but between now and the end of January. So do you prioritize the retiring sets? And if you do prioritize the retiring sets, now you have to kind of make a decision, right? Because there's so many, 300. You can't, I mean, if you don't have them yet, it's going to be hard. What do you prioritize? What, like, I know you're jaded, but if you were a consumer of Lego that wasn't jaded, what are you looking at with a set that's going to retire? Are you looking at one of the sets that has a ton of exclusive minifigs with it? Because we were just talking about the Deku Tree as an example, right? Or are you looking for sets that have those, like, exclusive pieces that you may not find, anywhere else in any other set? Which one do you pick?
Pieces I don't care about. It would be minifigures. I think back to the Daily Bugle, which I don't know if it's on that list, but I'm assuming it will be soon enough because of just how much stuff is going out. There will never, ever, 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 so long as I live, I'm almost going to guarantee that there will never be a Punisher figure made ever again. So that in itself is worth going after in situations like that. Parts are way more easy to recreate, or for them to fire back up the engine. I mean, it may take a while, but a figure, a license can expire, or whatever. You can repurpose a part for one thing or another, right? So, and most people who care about parts usually want to have them in bulk, which means they're not even buying them on Lego.com to begin with. They're buying them on Bricklink, and people have already accumulated a ton of them because, they're on sale, whatever. So I would say minifigures. I would say stuff that you like. I mean, a contrary opinion to that would be, if it's on your retiring soon list, or I'm sorry, if it's on your wanted list, it's retiring soon, it's been out for a long time, why haven't you gotten it already? And why have you not gotten that while also buy other stuff that has come up more recently? So I would also reevaluate, like, do I even want this thing in the first place? And that's kind of where I fall on some of that stuff. I'm like,
I mean, it's a valid point. You get into this pattern because Lego releases so much so often that you pass on something early on. You're like, I'll have to wait on that. That's too expensive right now. I don't have the money to spend, especially the bigger sets, right? I don't have the money to spend $300, $400, $500, whatever. I've got, $800 on some of these sets, right? Like, they get up there. And then because of that, then all of a sudden you get into this pattern of, well, this is brand new and I really want this one, and it's only $100 or it's only $200. And so you start buying the newer stuff, and that older set keeps getting pushed further and further back on your list.
I'll tell you that I have a perfect example. So I just said in the pre-show about, how much I wanted Nightmare Before Christmas, right? And that is a $200 set. On my wish list, the Ghostbusters Ecto 1 has been on there the entire time. So much so that it was on there even after they did the price increase. So it was at $199. Now it's $239. And that is retiring soon, right? Probably always going to be on that list until it actually does. But because Nightmare came out, that automatically is way higher than Ghostbusters Ecto 1 has been. I also have a weird thing where I'm like, I want to build the Ecto 1 during October and watch the movies while doing it, or I build it live. So if I can't build it during October, I'm not going to buy it. And for the past several Octobers, it hasn't happened. I actually bought it one time and I realized I couldn't build it during October, so I returned it and I got something else. That's how hyperfixated I was on that idea.
You had it in your possession? Oh my God.
It was, and at $200, but I
Brian.
returned because I want to build it during October. It's a Ghostbusters. That's a Halloween set to me.
You can put it in a closet until October.
Yeah.
You could though.
Because there's other stuff that I wanted that took priority. So I'm like, oh, I'll just get it another time.
Oh no, you had it.
Yeah. But I'm okay. But I'm okay with it. And I'm okay with it being on my wish list at literally the very bottom behind Java Sail Barge. And I would much sooner dedicate that $200 or whatever to Nightmare Before Christmas. That's how I feel.
Yeah. And I mean, I was gonna say I get it, but I don't get that, because you had it, you put it in a closet, and then you pull it out the October when it's time to build it or whatever.
Buy it and build it October. If it can't happen, if it were that important to me, I would prioritize it in that way.
So, again, this list is supposedly coming from people in the know that know what it is, but Lego, other than them, like they do list some specific sets on there as retiring on their website as retiring soon, right? They don't give a specific date on it or anything like that. I know I've been down this path with the UCS Falcon as an example. I heard the UCS Falcon, or read on a list, UCS Falcon was retiring, and that was my catalyst to go buy it. I called my local store. They had one in stock. I was like, I'm going in to get it right then and there. And then that has been 3 years or whatever, and it's still there. So, you do have to take the list and kind of look at it and go, well, maybe not. But the people, again, that are supposedly in the know seem pretty adamant about the list this year. So take that for what it is. I know, Brian's been in the game a long time, and I get why he's looking at it. But there are things on this list that you could look at and say, maybe won't want to miss out on this. I don't like to just go through lists, but I do want to point out a couple of them. The Mos Eisley Cantina is one. The build itself is not, in my opinion, wasn't fun. I was enjoying going from one bag to the next to just get to the next minifig.
Yeah.
So I don't know how much, I haven't priced those minifigs out, the whole collection on Bricklink, but like if you were only in it for, because it's a large footprint of a set too. So if you put it together, like that set for me is on a coffee table. Like it's huge, right? But at $400, like it is also one of the best priced Star Wars sets that you can get, with the amount of figures and pieces and everything else and multiple builds that you have throughout. Like you just it's hard to beat that particular set. So out of all of the different Star Wars sets, from Brickheads to the big, R2-D2, from the UCS AT-AT, like that is the one where I'm like, if you're a Star Wars fan, that's one you probably shouldn't really miss out on. Then you get into the idea sets, and this is why I brought up the topic of which do you go for, the figures or the pieces, because then you get into things like something like the Office set, right? Where it's got a great cast of characters, great cast of minifigs in there. You've got some fun, pieces in there. You've got, fun moments and things. And if you're a fan of the show, like it's got a lot of stuff. But then you get into things like the typewriter. The typewriter is one of the most unique sets that they've done. And it's so cool, so neat, so unique. It's got all the keys all printed. And then you're like, well, am I ever going to see that again? I don't know. They kind of used the same key pattern for the Titanic. Are they going to do that later on? Like, I don't know. So then I start playing, I start being conflicted with myself. Which one do you go for? Marvel, like you said, the Bugle is one of those sets. Now it's not on my current list, so we may be safe there. I think the Bugle should stick around for a while, but and I still don't understand why they have some of these sets that do retire. Like it's just, is it a problem to just keep them on the shelves? The one thing that stood out to me was Indiana Jones. The whole line is going away.
Yeah, get it out of here. It's done.
Yeah, so
movie's done,
and people loved those sets. So again, those are going. And if you have any interest in getting those, because those were interesting builds, great minifigs to go with them. If you were a fan of the movie, like, don't like that whole series is one that if you've kind of been waiting on, that's what I mean. Some of the, like, you can start getting into some of this stuff. There's a lot of Technic out there that I know people want, and obviously the Ghostbusters, set. The Space Shuttle Discovery is on the chopping block right now. That Atari is on the chopping block. Like, there's really good sets on this chopping block that you're gonna have to make some hard choices, because what we've seen is that secondary market and where it goes in price. And I'll never forgive myself for it, but it was like I walked by Barracuda Bay in the store 20 times. I'll get it next time. I'll get it next time. I'll get it next. Then it wasn't there next time. That hurt, and it hurt. Then I walk into a the secondhand Lego store, or go to one of these conventions or garage sales or whatever, and it's $400, $500 or whatever it is. It's like, ugh.
Yep.
And it's rough, man. It's that's what forces people to make these decisions, make these financial decisions, is that you hear about the sets retiring and you panic a little bit, and you decide, I got to pull the trigger on this, and this. And, I've been trying to think about that, in terms of the end of the year, as opposed to buying the newer sets, going, do I wait? And, it's one of the reasons why I don't have the sail barge right now, was I kept kind of dragging my feet. And once the gift with purchase was gone, then I was like, okay, that sealed the deal for me. I'm good. Like, I'm going to wait. But that may be one of those sets that, 6 months down the line, I'm like, crap, like, things kept piling up in front of it that I really did want to get my hands on, and it keeps getting pushed further and further back. So when all of a sudden it becomes what I feel like is a urgency to get it, then it's scrounging up the $500 that we need at that time to get it. It's a vicious, Lego's a vicious cycle, man. Absolutely.
And that's why I kind of create situations like that for myself. So how I feel too, I will not be getting the sail barge until I can be in a position of buying that and the Sarlacc pit at the same time on store shelves right in front of me. If that happens to not be the case over the next, I think that'll be around for a while, but that's what I'll hold myself to. And if I don't think the Sarlacc pit will retire before the barge does, because that would be stupid, right? But if it did, I'm like, all right, well, I guess I'm not. That's it.
Right. And that's you have to be, it is Lego AA for me. Like it is, it's working through telling myself it's okay to miss out on it. It's hard to do that, but you
get used to it after a while.
Right. I mean, that's, and I'm trying to take a page out of the Mr. O'Brien's book of,
well, see, listen, Zach, what's going to happen is Pro Gamer's Guide is going to go up and beyond the stratosphere. So like when all this is, retired and stuff, the movie will be out by that point. And I can just use all the funds from my royalties from the movie to just purchase whatever Lego set I want, no matter how expensive or costly it may be. So I'm not even concerned. I'm just like, well, whatever.
I mean, I'm hoping that we get a Pro Gamer's Guide to not buying Lego. Like that's the book series.
Lego would have a problem with that, but like I could work on something like that.
I continue to look at this list, the list of things. Like the amount of Disney stuff out there is crazy. The Spider-Man art set is apparently on the chopping block. And again, you have to take these all with a grain of salt. I get it, but more than likely these are where things are headed. Is there a single set out there, just a single set for you? Could you pick a single set that you would be sad about missing out on? Forget if it was on the list or not. Just a single set out there in general that you don't currently own, that if it was retiring at the end of 2024 and you didn't get it, you would legitimately be sad about not being able to walk away with it.
This is technically impossible because it literally just came out, but the Santa Post Office, because I get every single one of those.
Okay.
That's the one.
Fair enough.
That with the
because there are some of those
truck.
holiday sets are on the chopping block.
Yeah, but I've got all of them. The ones that are closest to retiring on my list are the Shrieking Shack and Whopping Willow, the Office. That's it, and the Ecto one. Those are the three.
Ecto one, yeah. And I still think Ecto one is one that you just don't want to miss out on, man. It's an iconic car, and when are they going to do it again? And the one caveat to the whole thing is there were absolutely no minifigs to go with it. It's like It's not that you're missing out on anything. There are a couple printed pieces in there, but not really. It's a lot of stickers. Could you replicate it with parts? Probably. You know what I mean? It's not that it's that sought after because it doesn't have the minifigs, whereas opposed to something like The Office.
And you know what would happen is they would probably come out with a smaller version of the car with all the minifigs, and that would scratch the itch, and I wouldn't want the big one anymore.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, there you go. But yeah, I would love to. I mean, our audience here or anybody watching after the fact, I would love to hear, in our comments or anything otherwise on YouTube, if there was a set that you just absolutely feel like you have to have before it retires that you don't currently own. It could be something that just came out for all I care, but like the post office. But I would be really curious to know if there are any sets out there that you guys really like. Man, if I missed out on the El Dorado Fortress, I'm just throwing one out there that's on the list, right? But I missed out on that. I would be so bummed if I missed out on that. And then, 6 months down the road, it's not there anymore and gone. There's one on the, actually there's a couple on the list that are actually listed on the Lego website that are retiring soon and are currently on the list that I'm looking at saying will be retired by the end of 2024. And that is the Nintendo Entertainment System, which a lot of people, including Mr. Bricks O'Brien here, can claim as one of the best Lego sets ever made. And the Hogwarts Express Collector's Edition, which comes with one of the best casts of minifigs in any Harry Potter set out there. Both of those sets, even during the double Insider Point week, both of those sets were kind of snuck in onto the website and listed as an insider-only sale. Not advertised on the homepage, not just under deals or whatever. They are quietly in their listing with their own little exclusive purplish tag attached to them that says insiders only price. And here's the price. Both of them obviously currently on sale. Oh, baby. Which is interesting because at least in the US, the NES is actually on back order, but they will still honor that sale price. So retiring soon, currently on back order, but on sale. If there's any set that if you don't have it already, there's our perfect example, Brian, of what I was just talking about. Minifigs versus custom pieces. Because there are custom printed pieces in that NES that you will never see anywhere else. You will not be able to replicate that set again.
Well, the NES is just a cool set in general, and the train has been on sale so many times, so that should have been an inkling for you of where Lego feels like it's at. So I would still NES any given day, man.
Yeah,
it's super cool.
Take advantage of the back order. Take advantage of the current discounted price kind of thing. I actually had a friend reach out and was like, "Okay, wait a minute. You're telling me that because he wasn't looking at the insiders thing. He was like, so you're telling me that if I want to buy this NES, I got to spend $250 on it?" And I was like, well, actually, you can get it for whatever it is, $213 now or whatever it might be. It's a set that I feel like video game fans just should have. And if you're the combo video game and Lego fan, this set is amazing. This set is great. If you grew up with a Nintendo Entertainment, the original NES, you blew on the cartridges and all that stuff. If you grew up with that, dude, it has got so much nostalgia in it, and it's just stupid the way it works. You know, you slide the cartridge in, and it's got the release and the little hidden Easter eggs in it and things, and it's a fantastic set that you just don't want to miss out on. And I'll tell you right now, that TV is really cool. How that all works. It can be a little daunting for somebody that isn't normally used to building Lego, I feel like, because it is pretty complicated. It's a complicated system. But on the flip side, even though you're getting all of those minifigs with the train, that's a huge footprint. If you're going to build it and display it, it's a huge, where the Nintendo is a nice compact little, put it on a shelf, you know, and it fits within a normal aesthetic of an office or, you know, entertainment kind of room kind of thing. So I'm with Brian. I say NES all day in that scenario, but you got to make your decision. On that point, you got to make your decision. Is it minifigs, or is it, you know, printed pieces and larger set? But both are on sale right now, so don't wait till Black Friday, especially on that NES, because that one continues to go in and out of stock. So what I didn't see was anywhere on the website if they're honoring that price for insiders in store. So it's on back order right now. I have still seen that in my local Lego store. Like, it is on a shelf. So I can walk into that store and buy it. So I didn't call the store to ask them if they would honor the insider price, but I would definitely try if you found it in this week anyway, in the store. You're not going to be taking advantage of any of these deals, so
absolutely not.
Nope. And that's totally fine. I gotta continue to take more pages out of the book of Brian.
The book of Bob.
the book of Bob. Hey, thank you so much for another amazing show, Mr. Briggs or Brian. Now, listen, we need you all right now. We have this show is live every Wednesday, typically every Wednesday at 11 a.m. Eastern time over here on YouTube. But also, you know, it's posted and you know, available to you guys after the fact. Share it out. Sing. If you love the show, we want to hear you sing the praises of the show. Tell everybody how much it makes your week. You know, it helps get you over that hump day or whatever. But there's also a podcast component of this where everything is recorded and whatnot, you know, after the fact. So, you know, take advantage of that too. Subscribe over there on Spotify. Subscribe over there on Apple Podcast. Do the podcast things, you know, help, you know, share that link out and so on and so forth. Do all of those things. We would really, really appreciate it. It would make Brian's day.
It would make my day shine bright.
I believe him. And then apparently look for us next Tuesday. We'll still have our normal show on Wednesday. But on the Twitch side of things, twitch.tv/Zach M. Rutledge, look for both of us to be reacting live at 12 p.m. Eastern time to the live event from Lego.
Unveiling of the Lego Botanical Garden.
I'm going to lose it if that's what they do. Oh, man.
Thank you so much, everybody, for tuning in today. And hey, man, until Tuesday.
Brian, where can the kids find you on the internet?
Anywhere and everywhere, including YouTube, Twitch, Roku, Kidoodle TV, Threads, Instagram, Facebook, Discord, and a partridge in a pear tree.
I love it. You can find me anywhere and everywhere on the internet, Zach M. Rutledge. And this week is actually going to be pretty interesting, the remaining week on Twitch for me, because I'm going to have some special guests joining me on Friday. Mr. AZ Pinoy will be in town, and on Saturday is the big day because part of his partner celebration was me dressing up as Cupid, a 7-year hiatus of Cupid. So I'm going to be wearing the Cupid outfit again after 7 years to help celebrate his partnership on Twitch. I have no idea what we're doing.
Like,
I asked him, what are we doing? He goes, I don't know. I was like, okay, good. This is going to be great. We're just going to stand there in a red Speedo looking like an idiot. So, fantastic.
I know what channel I'll be watching on that day. Twitch.tv/Brick and Nick is where I'm going to be at and tuning into what he is building.
Yeah, I don't blame you. Until next Wednesday, everybody. Don't forget to like, subscribe, do all the YouTube things and the podcasty things. We will see you guys next week. Bye.